loves, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. So in the previous reading we looked at why you are the one for your future spouse, and in this reading, as promised, we are going to be looking at why your future spouse is the one for you. So without wasting any time, let's see what piles we have for today. Okay, I feel like there's this one, there's this one, this one. Okay, so we have 3. You have to take a breather. Step into your power. Oh my god. When I was shuffling this deck before I started filming to make sure that the energy was clean and that there was no residue of the previous reading, because I used this deck a lot, these 2 cards fell out. I kid you not, guys. These 2 cards are the very cards that fell out, and oh my god, this was the card that was under the deck at that time. Did I not shuffle correctly? I did, didn't I? Well, I guess there's some very important messages for you guys in this reading today. So we have pile number 1 with take a breather, last quarter moon in Cancer. We have, let me show you the cards up close so you can take a look. This is the first pile, the first group. Then we have the second one, step into your power, first quarter moon in Aries. The energy of this pile is so potent. I can already feel it. Can't wait to get into it. This is the third pile. New moon in Aquarius. Open up to change. Beautiful. So this is going to be a timeless watercolor reading. So it will apply to you from whenever you decide to watch it. And I'm going to go ahead with my prayer of gratitude that I do for you and for the reading. But you guys can go ahead and skip to your reading if you like. I'm feeling a lot of calm energy. I feel like a lot of you are calm as you're watching this reading. Maybe you're relaxing, just before you're falling asleep and you wanted to watch one reading and maybe this was it. And I'm just feeling like calm and relaxed when I'm being taken to your energy. So all those of you that are staying throughout the prayer, some of you, I feel like most of you have a calm energy at the moment, or you're relaxing, or you're resting, or you're thinking of relaxing and resting, or some of you, I'm getting that are anxious about something, worried about something. Maybe you have like a test tomorrow, something is happening like the next day, and you're worried that it won't go well. So the very first message that I'm getting from Spirit is that it will go well. Don't worry, just be focused, just keep doing what you do. It's going to go well. Whether it's a test, whether you're worried about like getting that job confirmation, it's going to be fine. So don't worry too much. Spirit is asking you to not worry, because worrying is not going to change anything. Instead, use that energy to be focused on if you have a problem, if you're whatever you're worried about, think about that and see what you can do about it. And if there are elements that are out of your control, Spirit is asking you to not worry about them, because they are taking care of it. So that was the very first message that Spirit wanted to give you. I'm going to go ahead with the prayer now, my dear loves. I'm so happy that I'm doing a thread painting reading after quite some time, I think. And I'm so happy to be back, so happy to be doing this reading for you. I just feel so grateful and so honored that I get to be a reader for so many people, and that so many of you have been helped because of my readings. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for creating a safe space with me. You guys are really amazing, and I'm really lucky to have you, all of you. and to call you my soul family. So first and foremost, I would just want to say thanks to all of you lovely souls that are here, that have been here for a long time on my journey, or even if you're here for the first time, I thank you so much. Spirit led you to me. I thank Spirit and you both. I thank all of your spirit guides for allowing me to read for you and to give you my love and to give you my comfort this way. Hopefully this reading helps you. Hopefully, if it doesn't help you, I hope you at least enjoy watching it. I call upon divine spirit guides to protect my dear pile number 1, 2, and 3 from any negative energies, any harmful entities. Please protect their energy. Please protect this sacred space as I proceed to do this reading for 1, 2, and 3. I ask for my collective's energies to be cleared, for their anxiety to ease, for their worries to dissipate, so that they can focus on what they want to manifest, focus on what they want to accomplish, focus on their goals, and go forward towards them. I offer my love and call upon all of your spirit guides, angels, light beings that have the best intentions for my pile number 1, 2, and 3. I ask for your guidance. I ask for the messages and guidance and any information that needs to be revealed to pile number 1, 2, and 3 to be given to me in an accurate, concise manner and slowly, because I tend to speak fast sometimes. So, yes. I thank you, all of you lovely souls that have booked personal readings with me. Thank you for trusting me to be your reader, for all of your donations, for all of your love. And for those of you that purchase my limited edition readings, thank you so much. You guys are so lovely. I love your energies too. I love to read for you. I offer my love to this reading, to your future spouse. I ask for the energies of your collective, your future spouse, your spirit guides to come through as I do this reading. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead with your readings. I send you all of my love and all of my gratitude, and I'm so grateful for your existence. If you have been feeling despair or depressed or lonely because you do not have a friend, please remember that you have a virtual friend called Mystique, and that she's always looking out for you and she's always wishing the best for you. So even if we don't know each other, it's alright, because I know that my energy and my love will reach you, because your love always reaches me and reaches my heart. So thank you so much for all of your love and support and kindness in any form that you have given me. And with that said, I'm really excited for today's reading, so let's get into it. Once again, I thank you, and I invite all of the energies to be here with love. Bye. See you in your reading. So, my dear pile number 1s, I hope you're having a great day. Relax and sit back. Take a breather. That's what I'm getting from your card. You have last quarter moon in Cancer, and let's see why your future spouse is the one for you. This is Mystique, and I welcome you to your reading, pile number 1. So, if you're new here, I feel like most of you are not, but just in case if you are, I'm going to proceed with my divination technique which is thread painting. This one is called thread painting, and it's one of my many forms of watercolor reading. You can check out other ones, other types that I did on my channel. I also do channeled paintings and a lot of energy painting. So today I'm going to be doing thread painting. I don't want to waste any more time, so let's get into it. Wow. The very first thing that I'm getting is that you guys are going to be so close to each other. Your future spouse and you are going to be very close to each other. Like two pages in a book. You guys, I'm just seeing you guys being very close to each other and being almost like tangled up in each other's energy. Look at this. It's like you guys are two different individuals, but it's a very seamless blending of energies. It's a very seamless blending of energies. So let's see. I'm also sensing a very calm energy from you, or you're being asked to stay calm and just be patient as your future spouse comes in, as they are manifesting in the physical, in the 3D. Take a breather. I feel like this is a message, a current message for you, because I'm not sensing a lot of chaos in your energy, to be very honest, but I do sense that you're being asked to relax, to sit back and just sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, please get enough sleep. Spirit is emphasizing this for someone. Oh my gosh, wow. Wow. I'm being taken to rose petals first and foremost. Maybe your future spouse will love giving you roses. Your future spouse is the one for you because they are the one you have been waiting for your whole life. I'm getting some of you, you guys don't believe in temporary situationships or one night stands. Nothing wrong with those, of course, but I feel like for a lot of you, you guys just want a deep, meaningful relationship where you can fully be vulnerable and share yourself and be authentic without worrying about if the other person is going to judge you. I am getting a lot of water energy, but you don't have to be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But those are just the energies I'm picking up. You don't have to be. But I just feel like for most of you that clicked on pile number 1, you want and need and desire a deep, meaningful connection. And I feel like your future spouse is the one for you because they are also looking for the same thing. And they are also very similar to you in that sense, because they loathe shallow relationships. They do not like the dating culture, as we would like to call it. They do not like temporary relationships. They also do not like the fact that it lacks a lot of depth. And I just heard mercy. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Okay, I'm being taken to this song called Mercy by Kanye West. I don't know why I'm being taken to that song, but yeah. Your future spouse, if they are a man, if you're watching this for a man, they do not like that they see around, they look around themselves and they can see all of these songs in pop culture, and the song in specific called Mercy. There's a lyric in the chorus which says, Lamborghini Mercy, your chick, she's so thirsty. I'm in that 2-seat Lambo, but your girl, she trying to jerk me, something like that. And it's like they don't want, they don't want to treat women that way, and they don't want to look at women that way. But it's almost like the objectification of women is everywhere, and so they get exposed to it, and they're worried that they get influenced by it, and that's going to affect the relationship, where there might be some unconscious misogynistic elements, or something to do with patriarchy, and they're hoping that you teach them. They would be open to learning from you on how to respect you better, because I feel like your future spouse really, really wants to respect you, and they want to learn how to respect you, want to learn how to, if you're a woman watching this, but even if you're a man watching this, she or he is, or they are very concerned about making you feel respected. In particular, specifically, respect is what I'm getting. Like, I didn't get the word love. Of course, they love you, but I didn't get the word love. I got respect specifically. So I feel like that's a message that's being highlighted here. And I feel like maybe if you were not respected specifically in your past relationships, romantic or platonic or otherwise, your future spouse is the one for you, and you're going to know that they are the one for you, because the way they ask questions, the way they communicate is going to be in a way that is very respectful of your boundaries, of your privacy. And if you say that you're uncomfortable with something, they are going to listen to that. If you say that you're not okay with something, they are going to respect that. And it's almost like they admire you when you put in a boundary, or when you communicate something to them honestly. Like, they're not going to get offended, they are not going to take it negatively. They're going to listen and speak. And with this part right here in the thread painting coming out, I feel like I said that, right? Like, you guys, because you see how these two dots are completely separate. Now, I don't know if you watched any of my other tarot readings, but for my thread painting readings in particular, I think this is the first time that two big spots have appeared on both of the pages, and like the paint just dropped on the paper. I think there were one or two spots for like the previous thread paintings. I'm not asking you to go check them out. I'm just pointing it out that we have like a separate, it's like you have a separate ball of energy and they have a separate ball of energy. But when you guys form a harmonious relationship so well, and I feel like if you thought that your future spouse wasn't compatible with you for whatever reason, once I feel like you guys communication is a really strong suit for this pile. You guys are going to be able to effectively tell each other about what you need, what you want, communicate your boundaries in a very respectful and gentle way. So it's not, the intention is not to be offensive or to, be sarcastic or to offend. The intention is very clean and clear, and whatever you communicate, that is said with so much love and with so much respect. And I feel like that's something that's being highlighted a lot here, where your future spouse is really going to take your opinions into consideration. They are going to treat you as an equal. Like, I don't see, they're going to consciously learn from you that they are not putting you down unconsciously, because misogyny is something that is so unconsciously programmed in all of us that it can be difficult to unlearn it. And I feel like your future spouse is really, there's a high willingness to learn how to treat you better, how to love you better, how to communicate. And if they ever do something that you pointed out and you're like, you do realize that this wasn't right and that I'm not okay with it, they are going to almost like freak out a little bit just for 1 second, and then they are going to take a step back and really evaluate, like, have I been not treating my pile number one better? Have I not been treating them correctly? Have I been treating them fairly? Was I sounding disrespectful? What was my energy towards pile number one when I said this? And I feel like they want to learn a lot of Virgo energy. That's how Virgos deal with things. Like, I'm just getting, I don't pick up that your future spouse is a Virgo, but they could be, but I'm just picking up that energy of like really analyzing and really taking the time to understand you and being willing to work on their mistakes, so-called, and flaws. So let's get into the tarot cards. If you want to see your thread painting up close, let me just hold it up. This is what it looks like. The patterns still have that have come out are quite dissimilar in their ink distribution. Like one of you is softer, one of you could be more feminine, one of you could be more how do I say that, Spirit? One of you could be more, I'm hearing softer, but don't get offended by it. It's not a negative trait. Obviously, this is something that your future spouse loves about you, but I'm just getting that one partner here is softer in their approach, more feminine, and then one partner is masculine, more forward. It doesn't mean that they are rough or aggressive. It just means like they're just the opposite of you. They're focused, they are determined, and strong willpower. So it's like a perfect blend, even though you have your own traits and you're confident within yourself. Like the person who is soft or shy here, they are confident within themselves, or you learn how to be confident as you move through your life and meet your future spouse, towards the meeting of your future spouse. And your future spouse is also very confident. I'm sensing like a good level of self-esteem from both of you. If you don't resonate with that message currently, it's when you meet your future spouse, you're going to be confident, because I feel like you guys are doing shadow work all the time, and so you guys are working on yourselves a lot, and at the time like you meet your future spouse, you're going to be a perfect match for each other. So why is pile number 1's future spouse the one for them? Very clear. I just heard like 4 cards, but okay, these 2 cards want to come out, so I'm going to place them here. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords. What did I say about communication here? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful. We have Death reversed. How interesting. I'm going to look at these cards towards the end, but so far we have Queen of Swords and Page of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Death. So you have all court cards and you have 1 major arcana. So I feel like, obviously, you know, since this is a future spouse reading and this is your future spouse we're inquiring about, this is going to be a significant relationship in your life, but I'm being called to say that this is going to be a very significant relationship in your life. And I feel like what's different in this relationship and why your future spouse specifically is the one for you is that you're going to feel very calm when you communicate any of your needs or when you communicate anything to your future spouse. I feel like that's not how you felt in your past relationships. Like you were worried if you placed a boundary or if you said no, that how would this person react? You know, how would your ex-partner react? How would this friend react? Because I'm sensing that there was a minor level of toxicity or major level of toxicity depending on, you know, your life and who you are. But they weren't the best for you. And I feel like your future spouse is the best for you. And you're going to realize that slowly as you progress into the relationship and progress towards bonding with each other. Like both of you are going to be focused on forming a bond with each other. Like I'm not sensing that there is a lot of physical attraction during your first meeting, or like I'm not getting a like I just feel like physical attraction is not something that's important for both of you at that point in your life, because both of you are realizing that physical attraction fades with time and only deep bonds remain. So if you want a long-lasting relationship, like I said, right, both of you do not like shallow relationships. And so your future spouse is going to be looking at you with the eyes of commitment, looking at you with the eyes of, I want to form a deep soul bond with you before anything gets physical. I feel like physicality is something that's not even on their mind. Like your physical appearance does not matter at all. That's how I'm getting that your future spouse is very evolved in that way. They've learned that they cannot base their most important relationships of their life based on somebody's looks. So they're going to be very attracted to you. I just heard inside. They're going to be very attracted to your insides, like who you are inside as a person. And I feel like with the death being reversed here, you're not going to expect, there's a certain level of unexpectedness here. Like there's something that you're being surprised by and you didn't expect it. If you want a future spouse that is financially secure and like financially well taken care of, like you buy themselves for themselves, I feel like that's also one of the reasons why your future spouse specifically is the one for you. Like this person is the one for you. Maybe you saw a lot of poverty in your childhood, or you were exposed to a lot of lack of abundance, physical abundance, material abundance to be specific, and you know the pain of not having enough to eat or not having enough, worrying about if you're going to have enough money to spend the next day. Like I'm just getting that you guys were traumatized by that experience and you don't want to give that to your children, or you don't want to bring that to your family, and so you're looking for a future spouse or a person who is financially secure. So I feel like this is a message that it's coming through, is that your future spouse is quite financially stable and secure at the time you're meeting them, and at the time you watch, why did I say watch? At the time you fall in love. With the Page of Wands here, I'm getting that they have like a perfect mix. They're financially stable and secure. They're taking care of themselves, and they're more than capable of taking care of you as well, especially if you're the woman watching for a man, but you don't have to be. Like I've always said in my readings are focused on energy and not gender. And the Queen of Swords coming out here, I feel like they are also very good at effective communication and understanding your emotions very well, how you feel very well, how to balance out the relationship. Balance is something that's important. So maybe they could have some Libra placements. They don't have to have it, but I sense that they are evolved to the point where they understand that equality is very important for toxicity and dysfunction to be absent, because one of the hallmarks of a dysfunctional toxic relationship is that there is an imbalance. There is a power dynamic. There's a toxic power dynamic that goes on, where one person is being taken advantage of, one person is codependent, and then the other person is the one who is abusing them. So they're very careful, they're very cautious, and they want to form a bond with the person who is also very similar to them, also good at communication, also if your future spouse makes a mistake, you won't point it out to them and be like, oh, like you're this and you're that. It's very, you approach conflicts and you approach like things in a very mature way. So you guys are going to just be very calm and be because you guys know that it's not the intention to hurt the other. And so I feel like both of you know that if you communicated that to the other, that they would not get offended, and they are going to listen and take that and absorb that information and use that to make the relationship better. Wow, we have the King of Pentacles. Of course. And we have the Artist here. Wow. Are you guys artists? Beautiful energy. That is why I picked Rose of Ultramarine. I was wondering, why did I pick Rose of Ultramarine for today? This is the name of the color, if you're wondering, by the way, what I'm saying. This is the Rose of Ultramarine from the Daniel Smith Fine Watercolors collection, and this is one of my favorites because it's like a mix of a beautiful shade of pink and ultramarine. So you can see like the ultramarine in the center, it's separated. This is a granulating watercolor, like it separates in granules, so that's why it looks like that. But I just associate a lot of romance with this color. And initially I was not going to do a thread painting reading, but Spirit called me to do a thread painting reading and they took me to this color. So I picked this one out intuitively for you guys for today's reading. So I feel like romance is a huge element in your reading. With the artist being here, your person could be, I'm getting like a Titanic vibes. Your person could be an artist, somebody who sketches or paints, like me, or they could be in a creative field of some sort, maybe a digital artist, maybe a graphic designer, something like that. But I'm just getting like there's something to do with creativity here. If they are not creative by profession, they are definitely have a creative spirit and a creative spark. And there's also maybe creativity is how you guys kind of merge, because maybe you're doing something that's very unique, and maybe or they are doing something that's very unique, and it's like you are the only person that gets it. Like your future spouse is the only person that gets it, and that's why they are the one. Like there's nobody who understood this, and you're the only one. And I feel like that's why they are specifically the one for you. And of course, with the King of Pentacles here, I mean, we have the Knight of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. It's almost like after they get married to you, they are getting promoted. This could be a job, they're getting promoted at a job, but for those of you that don't resonate with that, they are going to get promoted on an energy level where they are understanding the energy of money and understanding how to manifest money in their life, how to manifest like financial abundance specifically. And then they are going to and then they get it, and it's like, okay, I know how do I have to like practice affirmations, for example. I know how to manifest, and I know what techniques to use, and this is what works for me. And it's like they've cracked the code by the time you get married. Like you guys are going to have financially secure life. Like you'll never have to worry about not having enough to eat or your children starving. That's just something that I'm picking up. Like you guys will never have to worry. And we have the King and the Queen, but I told you, right, you guys are individuals. So we have the King of Pentacles, which is earth energy, but for the Queen we have the Swords energy, which is the air energy. But you see the King and the Queen always together, right? So in my future spouse readings, whenever a King and a Queen come out, that tells me that like it's a divine union. It's a fated union. It's a beautiful, powerful union that's going to come into existence, and everybody is going to be benefited. Not just you two, but the human consciousness and collective in general. With the Death reversed here, you go through a lot of transformations, or you've gone through a lot of trauma in your life, a lot of pain and hardship in your life, but I feel like you're very good at like going past it. Like you guys could be my soul family that is like, oh Mystique, I know you pointed this out in the reading, but I'm not sad about it anymore. And I feel like you guys are the ones. Like you guys are good at putting things behind you, like putting the past behind you and looking forward always, and looking at what the new horizon has to offer you, what new opportunities are coming your way. And you guys are always turned towards the optimistic side, towards the bright side of life. And I feel like that's something that your future spouse is so attracted to you, and you're going to be so attracted to your future spouse for. I'm getting that some of you display this trait, this looking towards the bright side, and for some of you it's going to be your future spouse that displays this trait, and you're going to be attracted to that, and that's how they're able to evolve spiritually. Pregnancy, if you are a woman watching this, pregnancy is going to be an enjoyable experience for you guys, and you guys are going to take it day by day and take a breather and relax. Like I'm getting you're going to be one of those moms that is not very anxious, or you know, like you're breezing through the pregnancy experience. Like you understand that fear might come up, or anxiety might come up, or anger might come up. Like you're taking all of those negative emotions and transmuting them into love. Like that's what I'm seeing. Like you're like, I know that there's a child inside me now, and I know that I'm a sacred vessel now for this child, for this beautiful energy of source to come through into the physical world, into the 3D world on earth. So I'm going to take all of this so-called negative energy and negative emotions, and I'm going to transmute them into something better. And I'm seeing you literally like sitting there meditating, just relaxing, and really taking the time to understand yourself, understand your anger if you're feeling angry, and understanding your anxiety. Like I'm not seeing you kind of flipping out or freaking out about some emotion that's coming up, and that's like, oh my god, this is so scary, you know, like you're you're allowing it, you're inviting it, and you're saying, yes, please come. Like, I invite you, anxiety, please come. I'm going to solve you. You know, I invite you, pain. I know you were there. I ignored you for the longest time. Please come. Please sit. I've been ignoring you. How have you been feeling? And it's almost like that, a very humanistic approach to your negative emotions. And you're like, yes, I didn't hear you, pain. I'm sorry. But I'm going to give you the space to express yourself now, and you're taking your pain and almost making it a part of you. And because you're making it a part of you, it dissipates very quickly. Like, you do this very in such a graceful way. Oh my gosh, I need to learn from you. You do this in such a graceful and beautiful way that even spirit looking at you is like, wow. You know, they're amazed. Like, your spirit team and spirit specifically is so amazed by how gracefully you come out of a death period, or you come out of a painful situation in your life. And yeah, that's it for your reading, my pile number ones. I hope you enjoyed it so far. I am booking personal readings at the moment, so if you want to book a reading with me, or if you want to purchase any limited edition readings, you can do so by emailing me on my email address, which I will link in the description, so it's easy for you to access. And such a lovely energy, pile number one. And this is why your future spouse is the one for you, your King of Pentacles, your Knight of Pentacles, your Queen. Take it as it resonates, whatever gender you identify with. And I'm going to see you in my next reading, hopefully. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. I take the time to thank all of the cards, to thank the sacred painting, the sacred water and watercolors, and your energy. Thank you so much for being part of my journey. I'm sending you my love and light as always. Hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Hello, my loves. If you chose pile number 2 or card number 2, you have first quarter moon in Aries. Step into your power. Now, I feel like you guys could be my Aries watching this, or you guys could be fire signs. I'm picking up a strong fire energy from you. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Like, I'm just sensing a lot of energy, like a lot of bubbly energy, and I'm seeing like a yellow colored energy from you guys. So let's look at why your future spouse is the one for you. If you don't resonate with that, maybe this is not your pile, because I'm just sensing a lot of fire energy from this pile. So if it doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. So let's go ahead when start with. Okay. A lot of you could be new here. Like, I'm just sensing that. What is she doing? What is this? So I'm an intuitive artist, so that's why I have my own method of divination, and I use a lot of watercolor techniques to channel messages. And this is one of my watercolor techniques. It's called the thread painting technique. This is one of my favorites actually, and I love doing this. Yeah, you guys are very expressive, and I feel like your future spouse is just as expressive and as dramatic as you are. Now, I don't mean dramatic in like a bad way, but I feel like it adds a kind of, it adds a kind of sweetness or a spice to the relationship, where it's like, if you say something that's maybe, negative, but you say it in a way that's positive, then it doesn't hurt as much, or you say it in a polite way. And I feel like your future spouse is somebody who's very lovely. They're very, I'm hearing the word lovely specifically, so I feel like someone out there is going to resonate with that. But they're also very, very passionate inside. Like, it's like on the surface, they're very much air energy and Leo energy, very, childlike, very in touch with their inner child, very funny, love to have fun, love to try new things, love to go to new places, and very sweet. But then on the inside, they have this. So outside, they're very fiery, and then inside, they're like a liquid fire. There's a liquid fire in their heart, like a blue flame that's liquid, and it's full of passion just for you. And I feel like you're going to know right away that I feel like you're going to be able to sense that power and sense that passion within them. Like if some people think that your future spouse is, like they're very funny, they're not going to put in boundaries, or they're not going to be able to say no to something, or they can take advantage of your future spouse will put them in their place with grace, and they will have no issues doing that. They do not tolerate any disrespect. Like there's a lot of power that's emanating from your future spouse, where they are going to be like, they're very self-assured as well. I'm hearing that they're very self-assured, so they don't let anybody walk over them. It's a lesson that they learned the hard way, but they don't let anybody walk all over them. Instead, I feel like they treat people with respect, and they expect the same. And if somebody is disrespecting them, simply leave. They don't engage with that energy. They don't give attention or focus to that. But you are like their blind spot. You are like their weak spot. They are all up in their feelings, as they say. They're all up in their feelings for you. I'm so in my feelings. Have you heard that phrase? It's quite popular. So they're very much in their feelings for you. They see you in, they see you in a delicate, gentle way. Maybe you are the person who's more delicate and gentle, and that's not to say that you're not strong, or that you're weak, but I'm just sensing that they see you as somebody who is quite gentle, delicate, and somebody to be protected. Like there's almost like a maternal or a paternal feeling from your future spouse towards you. They almost, sometimes I wonder about this, like in an ideal relationship, you almost become almost like a parent to each other. Did you eat well? Did you sleep well? Like you want nothing but the best for your partner. And one of the most popular term of endearments is baby. Like, why do we call our partners baby? And that's one of the most common term of endearments that is used in a romantic relationship. So I just feel like it's very much like that. And that, I don't mean this in a creepy way, obviously, or a negative way, but I'm just sensing that they could have like Cancer placements, maybe, but that's not going to resonate with everyone, and that message is not for everyone. I'm just getting that they want to protect you almost like a parent protects their child, and they will love you as a lover. They want to keep you and take care of you and be your friend, but they want to laugh with you. They want to share everything with you. Like if they have something good in their life, if they like come across a good news or a miracle, they're going to want to share it with you first. And I feel like that's why your future spouse is the one for you, because it couldn't be anyone else. Like it couldn't be anyone else but them. And spirit is almost guiding you to, I just heard guiding you to him. So maybe a lot of you are watching this for a masculine energy or a man, but it doesn't have to be that. Take it as it resonates. That's not going to resonate for everyone. This is a general reading. So I'm seeing that whoever you are, pile number 2, whatever your gender is, Spirit is going to lead you to your future spouse. I'm almost seeing that you have to go through a whole journey, and you're very close. Some of you are close. You're being led to your future spouse. There's something lethal about your future spouse, like something almost like a hint of danger, but not in a negative way, not in a toxic way at all. Almost like you don't want to mess with your future spouse, like if I was both of your friend and there was somebody who wanted to do something to your future spouse, I would tell them, don't. Just don't. Like, pile number 2's future spouse is way ahead. Like, they're always 10-20 steps ahead of you. That's how it's going to be. So just don't. Don't try pile number 2's future spouse. That's what I would say. But on the inside, they just have so much love for you. And I feel like you're going to see a part of them, and they're going to show you a part of them that they don't show. That's very hidden. It's very private. I'm almost getting like a Scorpio energy. But I'm not getting that they're Scorpio sun. I'm getting that Scorpio could be hidden somewhere in their natal chart, like a Mars in Scorpio or a Venus in Scorpio. And it's very potent energy. It can't be hidden, but it's like deep somewhere. And you're not going to see it right away. You're going to sense it. You're not going to see it. You're going to sense it. And then you're going to, when you're actually in a relationship, that's when you're going to really be able to see all of their colors and all of their... Yeah, your future spouse is very multifaceted. Very good at a lot of things. It's like they can balance out two opposite energies. They are very logical, focused, determined, strong willpower at work, in their professional life. And then with you, they are soft. I heard the word feminine, so maybe it doesn't have to be a woman, I mean. But I'm hearing feminine, soft, gentle, compassionate, wanting to speak with you, wanting to cuddle with you, wanting to know how your day was. It's like there's not just like a sexual attraction. It's like I'm getting two very distinct energies where the sexual attraction is so high and so spicy, almost like I want to use the word dangerous, and I'm hesitating to do that because I don't want that to be taken up negatively. But there's something, but deliciously dangerous, safely dangerous. It's not something that's going to harm either of you in any way. But I feel like their love is the kind of love that feels like a chokehold, because it's so intense and it's so passionate. It's so mesmerizing. It's like they have a vice-like grip, just staring at you from across the room. And I feel like you are going to get aroused and going to love that they're so focused on you that way. And that's the 18 plus side of things, right? The sexual side of things. And then we have the out of the bedroom, if I can call it, like out of the bedroom dynamic, which is very, very romantic, very sweet. It's like they're spicy in the bedroom, but they're sweet outside. So they're very sweet. They're going to get you flowers. They're going to, and it's not just like they're getting you roses. It's going to be they're going to court you in a very specific way. So they're going to give you flowers, and they're going to give flowers that have specific meanings, right? So if someday they want to say that, if they want to say sorry, they might give you white roses. I don't know the name. I don't know the meaning of like the flowers and everything, but they give you very specific flowers, or they'll give you a rare flower, or they might visit somewhere and it's like, okay, cherry blossoms are famous here. We have the sakura in Japan, so they'll get you those flowers. Oh, like, this made me think of you. and this is such a unique flower. Like they're not just going to be boring and give you roses. Not to say that roses are boring. Love like a bouquet of roses, but they court you in a very unique, meaningful way. Even the way they court you is going to be so meaningful, and they're going to put in so much effort, and you're going to be like, I get it. I get why he, she, they are the one for me. And I feel like the way they court you is going to tell you a lot about why your future spouse is the one for you specifically. Because nobody is going to put that much effort into a relationship that doesn't mean much to them. And the fact that they want to show you how much you mean to them proves that they want to be with you and that they're serious about you. This is not a game to them, not at all. Romance is not a game to them. They are a ride or die. Like they love so intensely. You're going to be caught up in it. You're going to be all caught up in it. Oh, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Yes. Look at how there's a figure here. How interesting. I feel like this figure here, and that's the energy of your future spouse. Like they're very hidden. Like there's a part of them that's very hidden. And that's not to say that there's something wrong or they're insecure. But I just feel like they prefer it that way. They don't want everybody up in their energy, and they don't want everybody to have the privilege to know deepest parts of them. And I feel like you're the one they're going to open themselves up to. Wow. We have the Star. So far, such a good start. We have the Hierophant reversed. We have the Ace of Swords. You have some amazing cards, pile number 2. Oh, you have the Lovers. And what do you have here? Oh my god. King of Wands. Of course. And King of Wands is fire energy, and it's falling right under the Aries. So I feel like your future spouse could be like a mix of, and I'm speaking in terms of energy, not zodiac signs, but your future spouse could be a mix of fire and Aquarius. Like there's something that they do that's very unique. There's something that they're doing that's very unique, and that I feel like nobody's doing what your future spouse is doing, and the way that your future spouse does it, whether it's their profession or how they court you or how they want to have a relationship, how they want to love you, it's going to be, everything about them is so unique. That's how you're recognizing, that's how you know that your future spouse is the one for you, because they court you in a very specific way. They love you in a very specific way. They communicate in a very specific way. And I feel like you're going to love everything. You're going to love their uniqueness. And it's like you guys are just dorks together, you know? Like you guys have your moments where you guys are just joking, and you know, like I'm seeing a couple that's very happy and making like childish jokes on a couch, and you're like, did you just snort? And then the other is like, no, I didn't. And then the other is like, yes, you did. Yes, you did. You know, like I'm getting like that playful banter kind of energy. And then soon it turns into like a very serious 18 plus thing, which I can't get into here, but you know what I mean. And with the Hierophant reversed here, I feel like there could be like this dynamic where they are wanting to teach you something, and then since I feel like both of you have like a good level of confidence and self-esteem, so if they try to teach you something and then you're like, oh, is that meant for me? Oh, I already know how to do this. I know how to do this. And your future spouse is going to be very impressed by that you aren't afraid to speak your mind, that you aren't afraid to be a star. I feel like you could be the star, and then your future spouse is more like the King of Wands energy. They're very fiery, very in their masculine energy. For if you are a man watching this, or a woman watching this, and you are watching this for a woman, a feminine energy, the feminine energy here expresses the feminine energy in a masculine way, if that makes sense. They are somebody who's very cutthroat, very confident, very independent, but that's not to say that they won't love you, or they are hyper independent in a toxic way, but they speak their mind. They're eloquent, they're opinionated, they're strong. They're almost like this woman that you're seeing here. You see how she's stretching, right? Like she's working out her body, and people that work out a lot will obviously have a very toned body, and there's a lot of discipline that goes into that, and the body doesn't lie, so you know that the person is disciplined and that they have the willpower to push through that pain and really control their body and really love their body. And I'm sensing that the feminine energy here is very strong in that way, where they love to take care of themselves. Like if you're watching this for a woman, the woman is highly attractive, especially physically. There's somebody who's highly sought after, very fiery. Could be an Aries woman, don't have to be. Somebody who's confident, somebody who knows like the power. I just heard like great skin, so your woman is going to have great skin. Your future spouse is going to have great skin. The star here and the wheel of fortune here, both of them speak like about a lot of invitation of good energies to me. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of good blessings that come through. I feel like the union and the energy of the union that's coming together in and of itself attracts a lot of fortune. It's like I'm seeing like ball of energy, and it's it's just radiating so much positivity and good luck, and that more abundance is pulled in, like more good energy is being pulled in, almost like a vortex. I'm being shown like a vortex of manifestation. But like I'm being shown a vortex of energy, and then all of the good things are being pulled in it, because that's what is a match to it. That's what it's a match to. So that is why your future spouse is the one for you. I'm also getting a lot of Leo energy from your future spouse. Yeah. Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Gemini, with the Ace of Swords here. There's also a lot of respect in this relationship. And I feel like if I don't feel like you're not confident or you're going to have self-esteem issues when you meet your future spouse, but if they're going to take care of you in your vulnerable moments where you question yourself, where you doubt yourself, and you're like, can I do this? Can I really do this? And your future spouse is going to be like your personal cheerleader. They're going to be like your hype man. They're going to be like, what? Pile number 2, you're asking me that? Pile number 2, you're everything. You got what it takes. Like, you don't ever have to question that. You are it. You can do anything you set your mind to, and I believe in your power. I believe in you. And it's almost like the way they believe in you is going to make you believe in yourself back, and it's going to make you fall in love with yourself back. Like, this is the kind of relationship where the love is so intense and so beautiful and so pristine and clear and clean that it makes you fall in love with yourself. With the lovers here, I feel like self-love is a huge component here, but it's such a seamless blend. Yeah, I think I have nothing more to say. I think that was it. I'm not going to waste any more time prolonging the reading. That's all I'm getting for this one. Is there anything else, pile number 2's future spouse, you would like to communicate? I'm coming for you. That's what they're saying. I'm coming for you. That's what they said. You're going to know what that means, they're saying. Okay. So, pile number 2, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I definitely enjoyed reading for you, and it was an honor for me. I love you and cherish you, and thank you so much for being here. I thank all of the cards, all of the sacred painting, the water, and all of the sacred images on the cards for allowing me to read for you. I thank your spirit guides. I thank your future spouse's energies to be here with me. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me on the email address mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. I'll leave that in the description so it's easy for you to access. And hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Please be kind in the comments, and yeah, bye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose pile number 3, new moon in Aquarius, open up to change. Look how similar the color scheme already is. Now, if you're new here, you might not know, but I don't pick the colors out myself. I always ask spirit, so I pick these intuitively. And today I was taken to this beautiful, gorgeous color called Rose of Ultramarine from the Daniel Smith Fine Watercolors collection. I love this color so much. And you saw me shuffle, so I did not pick the cards for the piles myself. And the fact that this card came out and this color came out just makes me so happy. And the very first thing that I'm getting from the color specifically is that for some of you, your future spouse is going to be very overtly romantic. Like, they're going to do grand gestures. They're going to show you exactly how they want it and how they want you. I just heard how they want it. Oh my gosh, that's a little bit, 18 plus, but I'm not going to get into that. Let's go ahead with your I can tell that your thread painting is going to be very unique. Each one is, but I just feel like this one is going to be. Yeah. Wow, would you look at that? I'm almost looking at first I was taken to like the curves, the slight curves of leaves. You know how leaves are not like fully straight, they're a little bit curved. Like they're almost, if you look at it from the side, they're almost a little bit like this, right? They are not like this, like not all of them at least. And I feel like I'm sensing that you guys are like two flowers blossoming and unfurling. For each other. Something about this relationship, something about this union, this connection tells me that it's almost like you guys, when you meet, you're like this, like you are both a closed flower. I don't know why spirit is giving me that analogy of like two flowers, but that's what I'm hearing. It's almost like you guys are two flowers like this, and then as you grow together or as your romance blooms, you guys are also blooming together. And then it's like you guys are two full, big flowers, two unique, beautiful flowers that exist independently, but in perfect synchronicity, in perfect union with each other, not separate, but separate at the same time. You have your own unique identity with this pattern on the top that is being formed. This right here, you see how different that is for both. You guys have your unique identity. It's like you're being led towards each other. You're being led towards each other. The red string of fate, this is reminding me of the string of fate. That's what spirit is showing me. And I feel like one of you is being led towards the other. Specifically, one of you is being led towards the other, because on this page we don't see this same string print. A lot of the watercolor was almost like pressed onto this paper only and not here. So I feel like one of you is going to be being led towards the other. Don't worry, spirit has a plan, so don't worry. You guys are definitely meeting. So please tap me into pile 3's energies, please. I'm getting that one of you or both of you were in a narcissistic relationship, and I feel like you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you have researched and you know what exactly I mean when I say narcissist, because this is a word that's thrown around carelessly, but and the word itself implies that you're somebody who's selfish, but that's a very shallow meaning, and that's not what it means. Narcissistic people are actually so dangerous for others. They do not care about anyone but themselves. And while that sounds like a great trait to have, it's not actually a great trait to have, because they don't care if somebody is dying or in being harmed because of them. In fact, they will pull tricks to harm you. I just feel like there was something like that you had some kind of fated encounter with a narcissist. They could be almost sociopathic or psychopathic. Now, those two are very different words. But for some of you, it's going to be like they had no empathy. They just didn't have empathy. If you said that you were getting hurt, they would make everything about themselves, and their pain was pain, your pain wasn't pain. And they were so consumed by themselves, and everything was about them. And you didn't understand. I'm sensing a lot of confusion on your part. Like, why is this person like this? I don't understand. This could have been a parent. This could have been an ex-partner. This could have been a friend, a toxic friend, or a toxic group of friends. And you didn't understand why they were like that. And I feel like you had a difficult time kind of weaning this person out of your life and kind of removing them out of your life. And they had a toxic hold on you. But I feel like you've moved on, like you've left them. And all that's left is like the emotional residue. They are not there physically in your life. For some of you, they could be. And you're working towards that. You're working towards leaving. You're working towards being independent and having your own independent existence. Because this narcissistic people don't let you go. Like, they want to keep feeding off of you. That's their narcissistic supply. So for a lot of you, I'm sensing that this could be a parent. I'm so sorry, pile number 3. Nothing I say is going to comfort you, because this pain is just... But getting back to the reading, I'm sensing an almost quiet energy, a very quiet energy. this person could have tried to do something that was very harmful, so be careful. If this narcissistic person is still in your life, if you're still living with your toxic parents, if you're still living with your ex-partner, be careful. They might try to do something to you. I'm so sorry that a message like this is coming through, but as a reader, I have to honestly speak whatever spirit wants to show me, and if you're going to be harmed, it's my job to inform you so that you can protect yourself. So don't take this message in a negative way that something bad is happening, and the reason why you're being informed beforehand is that spirit wants to protect you. They want you to know that you're safe, but take care of yourself at the same time. Maybe do like an energy protection ritual for yourself. That is going to help tremendously. So that's the very first message that I'm getting for you, pile number 3. I'm going to shuffle your deck and get into why your future spouse is the one for you, because they didn't want that. We have the King of Swords. And we have the King of Pentacles. Nice. We have the Page of Pentacles also. We have the High Priestess. The Six of Pentacles. Hope you can see all of the cards. Yeah. If you are in Aquarius, or if you have air energy in your chart, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, you are falling in love with your future spouse because of... I'm sorry I'm taking so many breaks, aren't I? I don't know why that's happening. Like, when I sense your energy, the messages are not flowing to me like a river, like it usually happens. It comes so fast, sometimes it's like a waterfall. And then now today, I'm getting nothing. I'm like getting one drop, and then it stops. Like a very slow tap is open, and then it's like one drop, and then I have to wait for 2 seconds, and then another drop, and then I have to wait for 2-3 more seconds, and then another message comes in, and it's like so slow. But yeah, if you're wondering why I'm stopping, that's the reason why. I'm not getting that your future spouse is trying to like close off their energy to me or you. I'm not getting that either of you are closed off to the energy of the reading. If you can hear that, I'm so sorry. There's somebody out there that's speeding. Completely forgot what I was saying. See, again, it happened again. Spirit. I'm getting this message that a lot of changes are going to happen in your life before you meet your future spouse. And maybe some of the tarot readings that you watch right now, all of it is not going to apply because you've just changed so much as a person that you're going to consciously pick a partner, pick your future spouse, and the energies will change. So it's like when I'm trying to get into your energy, which is obviously your current energy, I'm not being taken to your future energy, like what you're going to be like in the future, because I feel like it's an unexpected thing. Like it's completely your choice. And I'm being told that because who you will become, that is what is going to decide. That's who is going to decide who your future spouse is going to be. And it's almost like with the new moon here, like I'm sensing a little bit of like a wall or like a filter. I'm being taken to the time when you're a phoenix, and you know how the phoenix rises from the ashes, right? And it's almost like you go through such change, such tremendous change, that you're going to be reduced to ashes, or you are reduced to ashes, and then you come back up like a phoenix, like you rise like a phoenix. And that happens so frequently that nobody can say what your energy is going to be like. Now, if you are somebody who's on the spiritual path, pile number 3, this would be the accurate message for you, because for those that are on the spiritual path, it's so hard to predict the future for them, or anything related to the future energies, because they are completely conscious of what they're doing, and that makes it's almost like you can't predict that energy or how it's going to take shape, or because the person is so conscious, the person is so self-aware that astrology won't be applicable to you anymore, tarot readings won't be applicable to you anymore. And it's almost like you're that pile where you're so spiritually evolved that tarot readings might not apply to you, or you might stop resonating with tarot readings altogether, and you might stop watching readings altogether. That's just what I'm feeling. Like you guys are way beyond the veil. You guys have seen through the physical world illusion, and you guys are not interested in it anymore, or you won't be interested in it anymore. But for those of you that are here for the future spouse reading, I'm getting that your future spouse is the one for you, because firstly, they will be able to communicate. They have a really beautiful way of communication, very poetic, very flowy. They flow with their words. Their words flow like a river. With the crow here, I'm getting that, because the crow here is a spiritual, one of the most spiritual animals, actually, the crow. So I'm getting that they're going to watch over you and protect you. They're going to protect you like nobody's done so in your entire life. They are very protective of you, I'm getting. Especially if you had somebody who was narcissistic, obviously, they do not care. They do not care. And they will pull tricks to put you down. They will insult you. They will engage in tactics like abuse by proxy or breadcrumbing, and they do a lot of things like that. And it's almost like, with all of these cards coming out reversed, maybe if this narcissistic person is a parent, they're not going to like that your life is getting better. They don't like it inside. Like they don't like to see, like there's so much darkness coming through from their soul. It's dripping. Like if their soul was like a thing, it would be tar, black tar, and full of poison. Like if you touch it, if you would smell it, you would get poisoned. That's the level of toxicity there. And you're taking all of that. If you're like, obviously you can't avoid it if it's a parent. So you're taking all of that and you're like, I'm going to be better. I'm going to be the person who I want to become. I'm not afraid of you anymore. I'm stepping into my power. Maybe you were attracted to pile number 2. If you were, I highly suggest you watch that one, but you don't have to if you were not drawn to it. I'm getting that you're deciding for yourself who you're going to be. So that is why I felt like you were like a flower blooming, both of you, because you hadn't bloomed. You hadn't fully stepped into your power. You didn't become who you came here to be, because this person didn't allow you. This narcissist didn't allow you to be who you wanted to be. And now that you're free of their hold and you've successfully, when your future spouse comes in, this narcissistic person is not happy with that. Like if this is like a toxic ex, they're not happy and they're going to be boiling with jealousy. But the funny thing is that I want to bring to your attention is that they are not going to be able to touch your connection with your future spouse. I feel like they might try to harm it, but it's almost like that energy is going to start backfiring. And when you were a child, obviously you didn't have a lot of power, you didn't have a lot of control, and your parent obviously dictates a lot of what children do. And the narcissistic parent used that as an as a method of control, as a tactic of keeping you powerless, keeping you dim, keeping you insignificant and diminished. But you came out of that. You came out of that and you were like, I'm going to be who I want to be. And you met this beautiful person who is your future spouse, and they don't like it. And then they are going to try to pull the same tricks again. They are going to be like, oh my God, pile number 3. Like, I'm seeing them play the victim again. And they're like, oh my God, pile number 3. They are such a bad child, or they are such a bad person. They're leaving me. They're doing this. And then other people around them are like, that's a good thing for pile number 3. Shouldn't you be happy for pile number 3? Like, they're going to start seeing that there's something wrong with this person. And that's going to be like the ultimate victory. And I feel like you needed to know this. I know this was like a future spouse centered reading, but you needed to know this because these, I'm not going to curse in the reading, but these narcissistic people, oh my God, they will stop at nothing to destroy you. Nothing. They do not care. They do not love their children. They do not. And imagine being a child in a house like that. God, I cannot even put it into words. Like, I have nothing to say to comfort you, pile number 3, because I know nothing I say is going to comfort your soul, because this is such a brutal experience to go through. I just hope you know that I'm in your corner, and that I see you, I believe you, that I love you, and that I'm rooting for you, and that I want the best for you, and that there's somebody out there in the world who wants the best for you, and that everybody isn't out to get you. I hope you know that, pile number 3. That is why you're being led to your future spouse. Because if you meet your future spouse right now, there's something like you can't meet your future spouse early. Like, there's a divine time, and there's a specific divine time for you both. And it's happening exactly according to a higher divine plan. And you can't see it fully. So you're scared, you're anxious, like, when is my future spouse going to come in? It's like you are one of my piles where the reading is very focused on you and not your future spouse. You are one of those piles where spirit will just have something very important to communicate to you, and they will just come in and be like, here's what we have to say, here's what pile number 3 needs to know. And I feel like you really needed to hear everything that I said. The spirit wanted you to know all of what I just said. You know, the shadow attribute of this card right here, the 6 of Pentacles, is somebody who's like a fake giver. So be careful of people who are feeling entitled to you and to what you have and who you are as a person. Like, they feel entitled to your love. They feel entitled to your attention. If you don't look at them, and then it's like, why aren't you looking at me? Aren't I important anymore? Like, they straight up start manipulating. They'll straight up start gaslighting you. So be careful and don't bend to such people. And listen to your intuition. Your intuition is going to lead you to your future spouse. If you watch like a reading of mine, or just any tarot reading, a year from now or 5 months, 6 months from now, I feel like the energies will be completely different, and the messages that will come through will be completely different. And you're going to be like, well, wait a second, I watched this tarot reading on YouTube and this is what it said. And then you watch another reading about your future spouse 5 months later or a year later, and it's a completely different energy, and you're like, wait, these are two different, very different energies. That and it's because your energy is completely changing. Like, you are literally transforming like a phoenix. So I'm being told to, I'm being asked to tell you that. With the King of Pentacles here, your future spouse isn't going to be worried about finances with you. Like, they're somebody who's going to just be like, oh, you want this? Like, I feel like they're the completely opposite of like the narcissist keeps you in a state of starvation for the barest minimum. They keep you in a state of starvation. You have to beg, you have to ask, like you have to bend over backwards to get the smallest thing, like food. You have to bend over backwards for the smallest things. You have to beg, because the narcissistic person wants you to be down, wants you to be underneath and below them, so that they can squash you like a bug under their foot. And then your future spouse is like a completely different opposite energy, where it's like they will be like, oh, you want to buy that? Cool, let me get you that. And you're kind of shocked, you're like, wait. Deep down, I feel like you're going to work so much on your confidence that you're going to know that that's what you deserve. But that's this it's going to catch you back. Like, it's going to catch you, and that feeling is going to be like, oh my god, like, this is what I deserved, and I don't know what nonsense I was putting up with and why I had to put up with that, but this is what I deserve. This is what I deserve. And your future spouse is so like, they want to spoil you. I never ask like any of my pals to watch any other readings, but I'm being taken to a specific reading called How Will Your Future Spouse Love You, which is a reading that I did. You'll find it on my channel. So if you want more information about your future spouse, you can watch that one. And I'm not saying that because it's my reading. It's a reading that Spirit took me to. That's why I don't mention my readings. Like, I don't ask for my soul family to go and watch other readings of mine. I always leave it to them. Like, it's a matter of choice. It's up to you. If you resonate, if you like my energy, go watch it. If you don't. You don't have to. Okay? You know how a tree is, right? Every part of the tree, they say that in botany, in every part of the tree, every part of the plant is something that's useful. If a tree is big in size, it gives shade. The tree's leaves are important, the tree's fruits are important. You could use the branches, you could use the stem of some trees, of some plants, as a medicine, as a nourishment, as food, as something that gives you energy, as something that heals you, as something that grounds you. Yeah, one of you is more grounded in the physical, and the other one is going to learn. Like, the other one is up in the air, and and the person who's more grounded is going to bring you back to earth and be very connected to your senses. I feel like if you're dealing with a narcissistic person, you're constantly in survival mode. Like, this is the kind of energy, right? And for the first time with your future spouse, it's going to be like, like, that's the kind of energy where you're so calm and you're so grounded and you're so clear. Like, there's no confusion, there's no fog whatsoever, and it feels so clean. You're going to be surprised that it feels so clear, and that you could have a relationship where everything is so clear and that you can see everything. And you're going to be back into your high priestess, upright energy. It's not going to be reversed anymore. Because when you're in survival mode, obviously it can be so difficult to listen to your intuition. The narcissistic person will not allow that. They don't want you connected to your heart. They don't. But you're taking that risk, and you're opening yourself up to that change, even if it's risky, even if it's scary. And you're leaving this narcissist person behind. You're leaving this narcissist. And I feel like this is like, they are going to cry over you. They are going to be like, oh my gosh, I lost a gem. But then it's going to be too late. They should have treated you better. They should have treated you with more respect and love. But a person like that, a narcissist, is not capable of that. Especially people that are very high on the scale. They do not have empathy at all. They do not have empathy at all. I feel like a lot of things that your future spouse is going to do, how you know they are the one, is that they are going to do a lot of things and they are going to take you by surprise. And it's like, wait a second, I never had this in my life. Like, I never had somebody who gives me love in this way, or who shows me, or who would buy this something so expensive for me. Oh, I didn't know that somebody would so be in alignment with my physical needs. I didn't know that somebody would want to protect me. And it's almost like your future spouse is going to go above and beyond. Like, they're going to be the person of your dreams, the man of your dreams, the woman of your dreams. And because you're worried, because you're kind of closed off to deep bonds, which is very understandable, pile number 3, you're going to hesitate before you know that they are the one. But ultimately, I feel like the realization is going to dawn on you. Kind of like the full moon comes after every new moon, right? The full moon comes after every new moon. It's inevitable. The sun is going to rise in the morning again, and that's the truth. And the truth cannot be changed. And your future spouse loves you, and that's how that truth is. Nothing, no forces of the world could separate you from them. No forces of the world could make them stop loving you. And they are going to fall hard for you, pile number 3. So hard that you're going to get scared, but you're going to work through your fear and go towards them. That's why you're being led, because maybe you have a certain fear, so that's what's like blocking. But it's not in a negative way. I don't want you to think that there's a problem with you. Obviously, with all of the experience that you had, I don't expect that it will be easy for you to open up to change. But I commend you, and I love you, and I'm sending you a lot of strength and energy to go through these changes. Maybe some of you might be drawn to pile number 1 because the death card came out and I'm being taken to that. So either you're drawn to pile 2 or 1, or it could be all that you're drawn to. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm not going to ask you to watch all of the piles, but it's up to you. Okay, my dear pile number 3, that was it for your reading. I'm not satisfied with it because I felt like there weren't many future spouse messages, and there was a lot that was about you, but it was important, and Spirit emphasized that it had to be known, it had to be revealed to you. So I apologize if there's something here that you didn't like, but because this person is trying to harm you and all those messages. But it is my job as your reader to inform you if somebody's trying to harm you, because I want you to protect yourself. Like, I'm here for you, and I don't want you to fall victim to this people's negative, malicious schemes to hurt you. I don't want any of you to get hurt. So that's it, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it was useful to you or helpful to you in some way. And I'm going to thank all of the cards, the sacred painting, the sacred water, the watercolors. Thank you so much for allowing me to channel and use you as my method of divination. I thank you, all of my spirit guides, all of your spirit guides, your future spouse's energy, and for you for being part of my journey. Keep blossoming, keep blooming, keep loving yourself, keep putting yourself first, pile number 3. And I'm always rooting for you and cheering for you. And I hope that you have a lovely rest of your week. Hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one.